I wake up to pee during the night and realize Valerian is in my bed. No wonder my back is killing me, with Valerian's butt resting in the center of it. However, it's the body beside him that makes me tense. Shaking my head, I quickly race to the bathroom. I never wake up in the middle of the night and will remain asleep until my alarm wakes me, so I'm a little disoriented as I walk back to the room. Glancing at the alarm clock that resides on the bedside table, I note that it's a little after 3 a.m. Why am I awake? In the pit of my stomach, I know it's the bond, the dull throbbing ache of him being around for so long, and the bond trying to pull me nearer, wanting me to seek him out. I even took some of my pills, hoping the incessant nagging pains would dissipate. I knew they would come on. They always do after seeing him, even if it's only for a few minutes. Plus, I was worried I would sleepwalk and crawl into wherever he was sleeping. The ache, the need to see your mate, is ridiculous. Bonds are far from a blessing. I would consider the bond to be more of a curse. It was irrational and illogical. Damn, the moon goddess really screwed werewolves over with that inbuilt setting in our DNA. As if breaking every bone in our body to shift wasn't bad enough. We didn't even get a say in who our mates were, and we're as good as dead if we don't accept them. Valen is turned, facing Valerian, Valerian's head resting on his arm next to Valen's face. I carefully pull the blanket up as I climb back into bed, not wanting to disturb them. They both look pretty peaceful. I eventually drift back off, but not for long before I feel the bed move. I jolt upright, still caught in my dream of Forsaken taking Valerian from me. I try to shake the remnants of the dream away, to look over at the clock and see I've only been asleep for 20 minutes. What the fuck? More movement makes me look over at Valerian to see he's climbing out of bed.
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Valen asks, as Valerian climbs over him to get out. I'm just using the bathroom, Valerian mumbles, half asleep, before walking out of the room. My dream is still fresh. I find myself following him, now paranoid about the Forsaken getting in my house and stealing him. He shuts the door, and I lean on the wall, yawning. Why can't I sleep? I have to do a double tomorrow. I need to sleep. I debate whether it might be worth taking another pill, but they also give me terrible heartburn for the first half hour after taking them. The wolfsbane is not a pleasant ingredient in them. I hear the toilet flush, and Valerian opens the door, rubbing his eyes and yawning before walking off in the opposite direction toward his room. Val, I say. He stops and looks up at me through his half-lidded eyes. He's not coherent at all as he yawns. Don't you want to sleep in my room? I ask him, knowing his father's in there. No, you keep kicking me, he mumbles, turning around, walking into his room and climbing into his bed. I tuck him in, stuffing the surrounding blankets over him before kissing his head. I don't know what to do with myself now. I check all the windows and locks before rechecking them to ensure I didn't imagine checking them. Anxiety at its finest. I debate what to do. Valen is in my bed, so I don't really want to go back there. I could climb in with Valerian, but he said I woke him from kicking him. I sigh before heading back out to the hall. I pause as I start to head out to the couch. Every part of my body tells me I'm going in the wrong direction. It's like my body is trying to lead me back to my bed, to where Valen is. I knew the bond would get stronger, now I marked him, but this is ridiculous, making me wonder what will happen tomorrow when he isn't here. Would it get worse with him further away? Would the pain get worse? My mind and body fight against one another before my body wins, my feet carrying me back to my room, while I mentally scold myself for letting them. Valen has moved now, more in the center of the bed, where Valerian was.
I can sleep on the couch if Valerian isn't coming back in. Is that why you were pacing in the hall? Why'd you go take more of your pills?
Valen says while yawning. Pacing? I didn't realize I was pacing. I feel like I'm losing my damn mind. I swallow. I know I should tell him to go sleep on the couch.
Everly?
No, it's fine, I mutter.
It's fine?
He says, sitting up on one elbow and looking at me. I pull the blanket back, climbing into the bed. My entire body is awake now, every part of me twitchy and antsy. I clench my hands into fists and place them under my ass to stop myself from trying to touch him. What is wrong with me? The pain I'm used to, but the feeling of him so near is making my heart rate increase, my breathing faster, as I soak up his scent that's perfuming the room. I feel him lay back down, getting comfortable behind me. He sighs loudly.
Valerian told me what those pills are you're taking.
I say nothing and look at the ceiling. That kid is far too observant for his age. He's like a sponge, absorbing everything he sees and hears.
Why did you take them? Valerian said for the pain, but I'm not sleeping with anyone. Are you addicted to them?
Did he seriously just ask me that? I haven't got time to scratch my ass half the time, let alone have an addiction on top of my never-ending responsibilities. I'm not addicted to them, I answer.
Are you sure? We can get you help. I'm not judging if you are.
Valen, I am not addicted to them. I don't take them all the time, only when well, you know, and lately when I see you.
What do you mean?
The bond. I trail off. I don't want to give him more reason to be around or use it as an excuse.
Are you going to finish what you were going to say?
I rub a hand down my face. When I see you, it's worse than when I don't. The bond recognizes you, tells me to claim you, so you can't be with them.
But you've claimed me now, Everly.
Yes, and now the urge to be near you is even worse, and it hasn't even been 24 hours. My tone comes out harsher than I intended, but thinking the words and saying them are vastly different. Saying them makes anger burn in me at how weak I sound. I'm not weak.
And that's it? That's the only reason?
Yes, Valen. I'm not addicted to my pills. You don't... I break off with a squeak when he moves and grabs me, rolling me as he slides his arm under my head and pulls me closer. His scent invades my nostrils before I feel him rest his chin on my head. I inhale his scent. The dull ache is instantly stamped down, and I feel my body relax, almost going utterly limp in his arms. I press my nose into the base of his throat. His stubble brushes my forehead, and a rather embarrassing noise leaves my lips that almost resembles a purring moan.
Better?
He asks, and I freeze, mid-sniff. He chuckles, his chest rumbling, and I go to pull my face from his neck. He growls.
I asked if it was better. Didn't ask you to move, Everly.
He whispers, tugging me closer. As soon as he starts purring, I fall asleep within seconds, the sound lulling my waking mind into blissful contentment.
Valen. I get up to the sounds of Zoe getting the kids ready for school. I went to sit up and slide out from under Everly when Valerian comes bounding into the room excitedly. Zoe's hot on his heels as she tries to stop him.
Valerian, no! Mommy's sleeping!
Zoe whisper yells, but it's too late. The door smacks into the wall with a loud bang. Everly, however, doesn't wake up. I twist out from under her, and Valerian, seeing me moving, races over while Zoe blinks at me.
You're in bed. I thought you left.
Very observant, and yes, I'm still here, I tell her, as Valerian climbs in my lap before I even have a chance to get up.
Are you taking me to school?
I look over at Everly, still passed out, as she moves closer in her sleep, burying her face in the pillow I was using.
No, Valerian, your father isn't dressed, and we're running late,
Zoe says, coming over and plucking him off my lap. I glance at the clock on the bedside table, and so does Valerian. He would be nearly an hour early.
We don't need to leave until it says 8:30, Auntie Zoe,
he says, his brows furrowing.
We'll be late to get breakfast from McDonald's on the way if we don't leave now,
she says, hauling him out. Zoe winks at me, and I scrub a hand down my face, trying to wake up. Zoe. She stops at the door and looks over at me. Don't forget to call Emily, I tell her, and she glares at me. Her lips press into a line. If a look could kill, Zoe would have murdered me. I chuckle as she leaves, taking Valerian with her. I hear the kids making demands for their McDonald's breakfast as they leave before lying back down. Everly instantly slides her way back over to me and tosses her leg over my waist before nestling her face back into my neck. Gripping her thigh, I haul her on top of me and hear her sigh, making me laugh softly. She'll probably kill me, but she isn't complaining right now. I manage to go back to sleep for a while before waking up to wandering hands roaming over my stomach and chest. I blink up at the ceiling to see her still half on top of me. Her head falls back on my arm, and I swallow at the side of her neck. So tempting. And it would be so easy to mark her while she's out like this. I roll on my side and skim my nose across her neck and shoulder. Everly has a spicy floral scent. My mouth waters as I inhale deeply before running my tongue over her neck. Then I freeze. Realization smashes into me just before I give in to instinct, and I quickly rip my face away from her neck, feeling my canines pressing into my lips. I suck in a mind-clearing breath before untangling myself from her. I need to get away from her while she's in this state before I do something that will make her hate me. My stomach twists as I force myself out of the room. Needing a distraction, I flick the kettle on and start picking up toys and clothes that must be from this morning. Hours have passed when I finally look up, having completely forgotten about the coffee I intended to make. I've managed to clean the entire tiny apartment. Shit, I curse under my breath. Is it weird I cleaned her place? Will she find it insulting? Will Zoe? I pull a chair out from under the table, attempting to make a slight mess so it doesn't look quite so clean. But all I can smell is bleach, taste it in the back of my mouth. The washing machine makes a noise, singing loudly as the spin cycle finishes, and I walk away to put it in the dryer before stopping, cringing. I need to put the damn chair back straight. Maybe I am slightly compulsive, but I have reason to be. I need the distraction, so I don't walk in there and mark her against her will. I realign the chair, my nervousness making it challenging to stop. Passing Valerian's room, I check it, but his room is already spotless. I place the clothes in the dryer, turning it on before throwing another load on, but it's only half full. I quickly look around, trying to find more clothes, as the washing machine is only half full. Stopping at Everly's door, I push it open. I need to clean it. I run my fingers over her dresser. When was the last time she dusted? I flick my hand, ridding it of the little bit of grime before scooping up her work clothes and sniffing them to see if they have her scent on them or not. She has so many uniforms scattered around her room. She moves on the bed, and I glance at her, but she's still asleep. Scooping up another handful of clothes that were on my side of the bed, I sniff them just as she clears her throat. I glance at her, mid-sniff, to find her staring at me. She blinks at me and rubs her eyes, sitting up.
What are you doing?
She asks. Washing, I tell her, holding up the pieces I just grabbed off the floor that fell under the bed. My eyes dart to what's in my hand. I blink.
Does that require you to sniff my panties and camisole?
She asks, before reaching over and snatching them from my grip. My eyes widen. I wasn't. I was seeing if they were clean.
Well, were they, Mr. Sniffer?
I clear my throat, standing upright. Well, this got awkward fast. I swear I was not sniffing them in a sordid way. See, I have an armful. I just came in here to see if any needed washing. God, that sounds lame even to my own ears. Not sniffing her panties in a sordid way. Who says that?
Did you sniff Zoe's panties too?
She says, pointing to the clothes under my arm. What? No. I just grabbed these out of the hamper in the bathroom.
I'm playing, Valen.
She chuckles, tossing her panties and cami to me. I let out a breath.
But if you're looking for a job, I am seeking a nanny.
She laughs. Ha ha, very funny. I pause. Wait, really? I could be a nanny, or maybe pappy. Nanny sounds a little feminine, but I would if it meant spending more time here.
No, but hey, you want to clean? One less thing for me to do,
She says, swinging her legs over the side of the bed.
Coffee?
She asks, and I nod, scooping up a dress from the back of her chair. Everly moves to the kitchen while I go to the tiny laundry room and put another load of laundry on.
Did you organize my pantry?
She asks as I walk back into the living room / kitchen / dining room area. I say nothing, feeling awkward suddenly.
Where's the coffee?
She asks, rummaging around. I walk over to her, reaching past her, and she jumps when I press against her back. I grab the coffee jar and sugar and bring them down. Right here. I found the decorative canisters still in their boxes, along with a whole pile of Tupperware still in the plastic, like they bought them and forgot about them.
Ah, we've been meaning to use those,
She says, turning around.
Excuse me.
She murmurs, squeezing past me. She grabs 2 mugs and I lean on the counter, watching her. I got rid of your pills in the raisin box, I tell her, and her hand stops mid-air.
You what?
You don't need 'em.
Valen, you can't just throw things out.
Valerian said Zoe banned them from the house, so you can either accept it and call me when you need me, or you can tell Zoe they're in the house and I'll give them back, I tell her, folding my arms across my chest. She growls and I raise an eyebrow at her. Is that a purr or a growl? It's a little hard to tell. She glares at me. So what'll it be? She turns back to make the coffee. Or I could just stay here, or we can alternate between both places. I was going to ask if I could take Valerian for the weekend anyway.
Valen, you don't even have a room set up for him, or anything for a child at your place.
I'll go get some stuff, or send Marcus to. I can look after our son, Everly.
I'll think about it. Besides, we have the Alpha meeting on Friday. Maybe the weekend after,
She says, sliding a coffee over to me. Why not this weekend?
Valen, we are about to publicly announce we're mates, and that will change things for Valerian. I don't want too much to change too quickly.
Then stay with them.
I'm not staying at your place. Besides, I have to work.
Then he'll be fine with me. Or I stay here. Either way, I'm seeing my son on the weekend. So choose, I argue. She ignores me, walking back to her room to get ready for work. I follow, sitting on her bed.
What are you doing?
Finishing our conversation.
It can wait. I need to get ready.
Then get ready. I thought women could multitask, or can't you talk and get dressed at the same time? She growls at me, but I refuse to leave, even when she glares at me as I get comfortable on the bed and watch her.
Valen, out!
So, the weekend? She snarls as she snatches clothes off the hanger.
It took ages for me to get rid of Valen. He'd been pestering me all damn day about taking Valerian for the weekend. He finally agreed to leave if he could get Valerian from school and take him somewhere after. I decided to agree so I could get some fucking work done, because once again, we're down more staff. And to make matters worse, no one can get a hold of Emily. Apparently, her son also didn't show up for school. However, when it was nearly 6 p.m., I began to worry when Zoe hadn't messaged me to say Valerian had been dropped off for dinner as promised. Walking back to my office after the dinner rush starts to slow down, I pull my phone from my pocket, about to call Valen, when I smack into someone. Looking up, I find it's Marcus.
Seriously, I've been looking for you everywhere,
He says, shaking his head. Okay, why? But more importantly, do you know where Valen is with my son?
At home, I think. He sent me to watch you for the night.
I growl, shoving past him and heading toward my office. Only when I get there, I can hear banging inside the room and some strange noises. I push my office door open, wondering who's inside, before stopping dead in my tracks at the sight before me. Marcus walks in behind me and bumps into me before freezing beside me. Looking up at Marcus to make sure we're in the same reality, I see his mouth has fallen open in shock before he puts his hand over my eyes. I slap his hand away and try to take a step, about to back out of the room quietly. Then Marcus, of course, makes shit awkward by clearing his throat and drawing attention to the fact we're in the room. My plan was to back away slowly and pretend I did not just see one of my best friends bent over my desk with her pants around her ankles while Tatum pounds into her. They both jump, and I try to bail, but Marcus is blocking the door with his huge-ass body. I glance everywhere but at the pair of them, though Marcus has no issues openly staring at him. I elbow him, while poor Macy, who looks mortified at being busted, scrambles to put her clothes on.
You really should put a sock on the door, or maybe just lock it,
Marcus taunts. Tatum clears his throat, yanking his pants up.
We were, filing and
Tatum glances at Macy.
tripped and fell into her vagina. It happens all the time. I myself hate when that happens.
Marcus finishes for him while shaking his head, laughing. Fucking filing? Do I look like a damn cabinet, you idiot? Macy growls.
If you were, I would definitely stick my files in you,
Tatum says, as Macy buttons up her blouse. She growls at him. Next time, can you pick a room and not my desk? I ask, still not looking at them. I'll definitely be taking some sanitizer to that desk later, maybe even buy another. I don't think I'll ever look at it again without seeing Macy bent over it. I thought you were off at 4, I ask her. I did, but Tatum asked for help. Wait, why are you still here?
I haven't left.
Tatum says. Jenny didn't show up? Tatum shakes his head and shrugs. Jenny wasn't on today. Blair was, and she never showed. I tried calling her, and that was when I met... She glances at Tatum. Your friend. Did you get a hold of Emily? Zoe tried this morning and couldn't, Macy asks, and I shake my head. No, I was about to go over there and check on her. Maybe Blair caught the bug too, Macy says. But this is getting too strange. I've lost 2 receptionists in 2 days, and multiple other staff are already sick. Okay, call Jenny and see if she can fill in. I'm heading over to the commune. I tell Macy, who picks up the phone. Shit, Valerian, I think. Pulling my phone out, I quickly dial Valen's phone, which is switched off. I growl and look at Marcus. Mind link your Alpha and ask where my son is.
If you let him mark you, you could mind link him yourself,
Marcus taunts. I roll my eyes before watching his eyes glaze over. I wait when he sighs.
He said he's taking Valerian for the night,
Marcus tells me, and I press my lips in a line before walking out to the parking lot. I'll pick him up on the way home. When I get out there, I curse, realizing I don't have a car thanks to Valen, and turn around to head back home to see if I can borrow Zoe's. Only when I turn around, I smack into Marcus again. What are you doing? I ask him, seeing that he was following me.
Coming with you.
He says, You are not, and you're not staying at my place either. Go home and... Wait, have you got a car?
Yeah. You think I walked here?
Good. You're taking me to the rogue commune, I tell him, looking for his car. I spot the sleek, shiny sports car and start marching over to it.
Is that where your friend lives?
Marcus asks, chasing me to keep up. Yes, she isn't answering her phone, and her son never showed up for school, I tell him as he unlocks his car. I climb into the passenger seat before sending Zoe a message that I would collect Valerian and that I was going to check on Emily. Marcus drives me insane the entire drive there. The man could talk the leg off an iron pot. And what is up with his music selection? It sounds like a kid's musical in here. What the heck are you listening to? I ask.
It's Trolls soundtrack. It's catchy. Do you like it?
No, I tell him.
Casey downloaded it on my Spotify.
What is up with you sniffing her, by the way? And I would stay the hell away from Zoe. She wants your damn head on a silver platter, I warn him.
Yeah, Valen told me on the way to school at lunchtime. Said she bitched him out really good. I only wanted to know what laundry detergent she uses. A bit of an overreaction, if you ask me.
Marcus sighs. You wouldn't think that if you had her upbringing. She spent the majority of her childhood in youth homes. She met some damn creeps in her time, I tell him.
Is that how she had Casey?
He asks, and I shake my head. No. And what were you and Valen doing at the school at lunchtime?
Getting Valerian to take him to the birth registry.
Excuse me?
Valen got him DNA tested and changed his last name.
He what? I growl.
You didn't know?
No, I fucking didn't. Marcus looks away awkwardly, drumming his fingers on the steering wheel.
I thought you knew Valen had a blood sample taken the night he found out before you got there.
Why would he need to have his DNA tested? We can tell our own kin.
Yeah, but the birth registry would need it. They can't tell if Valerian is his or not.
Marcus shrugs.
I thought he told you he was taking Valerian from school.
Yes, picking him up after, not kidnapping him and changing his name. I am gonna fucking kill him, I growl as we pull into the commune. As we arrive, the presence of blue and red lights makes us slow down. Officer Richards waves for us to stop as we pull in. We're in a pretty secluded area at the back of the commune, so there isn't any reason for them to be out here. Only Emily and her son live out here, because her neighbors kept complaining about the smell of her vegetable garden, so she moved to the other side of the commune, away from everyone. Marcus rolls down his window, and Officer Richards comes over and peers in the window.
Beta, Everly.
Officer Richards says, What's going on? I ask him.
School sent us out on a welfare check on a woman called Emily and her son. Apparently neither showed up to the school today. She does the morning reading group.
I nod. Emily always did 2 days a week at the school, 1 day for cafeteria duty, the other for reading group. So you spoke with her? I ask.
You know her?
Yeah, she works at my hotel. I was coming to check on her. Officer Richards runs a hand down his face.
Her place is a mess, and there are signs of a struggle. Forensics are in there now taking blood samples.
Forensics were taking blood samples? I blink, thinking of the last time I saw Emily or her son. Blood samples?
Yeah, the place is pretty messed up. She put up a fight, but we can't find any sign of her or her son. Forsaken?
Marcus asks.
Unsure. Maybe, but we found a dead one not far into the forest. You reported it to Valen? No, we tried. Can't reach him. But Alpha John is on his way out. Said he would stop by and grab Alpha Kalen. Fucking strange seeing them two talking.
Officer Richards says. Marcus nods, and so do I. My brows furrow, wondering why my father is interested in missing rogues.
I'll let Valen know tomorrow. Let us know if you find anything.
Marcus says. I wonder briefly if Kaylin would tell my father about Valen and me, but I doubt it. However, I am interested in why those two are so buddy-buddy right now. Officer Richard starts to leave before stopping and coming back to the window. He leans in, looking at me, but I'm still stuck on the fact my receptionist and her son are missing.
Also, Everly, you might want to give Zoe a heads up.
I look over at him. What?
Amber found out about Casey.
Fuck. Think she'll cause issues? Officer Richard shrugs.
No idea, but she wasn't happy.
I sigh and nod. I'll let Zoe know.
I'm sorry, Everly.
Why are you sorry?
They're filing for custody of Casey.
What?
Don't worry, we'll back Zoe up. She's a good girl, and honestly, Amber's just being spiteful.
I curse, shaking my head. Zoe is going to freak out. Tell your son to back off and get his mate in line. They come after Zoe for Casey, there will be issues.
I'll speak with him, but you know what the courts are like. He already filed, and Zoe's a rogue.
That says nothing about her ability to parent, I tell him. Officer Richards nods sadly. Which court did he file in?
His mates, Shadow Pack, Alpha John's pack.
Fuck. I was hoping he would have said Valen's pack. Wait, she's from Shadow Pack?
Yes, she's the Beta's daughter.
I blink at him, racking my brain for the name. Wait, Amber Zimmer?
Yeah, do you know her?
Yeah, I went... Marcus elbows me, and I realize I was about to admit to going to school with her. She was one of Ava's best friends.
We should go. I need to get Everly over to Alphavel's to pick up Valerian.
Marcus tells him.
Oh yes, Kaylin told me it was being announced at the Alpha meeting when I called him. The pack will be stoked that Valen finally found his mate.
Once they get over the shock of his mate being a rogue, I mumble.
Oh, well, yes, but the pack will love you.
Officer Richard says. I doubt that, but sigh.
Well, we should go. Keep us updated.
Marcus says, winding his window up and turning the car around.
Valen's?
Yes. Then I need to go break the news to Zoe. I tell him, and he nods.
She can fight it.
Marcus tells me. She's rogue, and the custody case will be heard in my father's pack. Marcus seems to think for a second.
You think he would interfere?
I know he will if he finds out she's my friend. He nods, and we drive to Valen's in silence. Marcus drives me to Valen's hotel, and I can't help but notice the strange looks I receive as I step out of his car. I wait for him before following him inside the grand place. People stare openly. I roll my eyes and fight the urge to tell them off, stabbing the elevator button with my finger a little too viciously in my annoyance. Marcus raises an eyebrow at me before smirking and shaking his head. Looking around the lobby while we wait, I make eye contact with a few people who stare in shock at seeing a rogue. Anyone would think I had two heads with the way they stare like I'm some mutant. I stare back until they look away.
I'm not trying to cause trouble at all.
Marcus teases, clicking his tongue. I am not the problem. They are, I tell him, and he nods.
It won't be an issue soon.
It shouldn't be an issue at all. Marcus sighs. There's no point in arguing over whose views are right or wrong. The elevator doors open, and I step inside. Marcus pulls a key from his pocket, placing it in the keyhole, and twisting it before pressing the button to the penthouse. I tap my foot impatiently.
I take it you're not happy with your mate?
Marcus chuckles. No, I'm ecstatic. He changed my son's name without asking, pulled him from school earlier than he said he would, and didn't return him like agreed.
That was sarcasm, right?
I huff, annoyed. When the doors open on the top floor, I head straight toward his door, ignoring the startled warriors lining the hall. Before I can knock on it, the door opens, and Valen takes a step back as I point at him. How fucking dare you? You had no right to change his name or fucking kidnap him. Is this supposed to make me trust you? I bellow at him, jabbing him in the chest. He snatches my hand in his tight grip before jerking me closer and surprising me by pecking my lips before I can stop him.
Good afternoon to you too, mate.
He laughs before letting go and walking off down the hall into the living room. I hear the door close as Marcus walks in behind me. I stalk after Valen angrily. That's it? You aren't going to say anything? I demand.
Nothing to say. I didn't do anything wrong, Everly. He's my son, and I can look after him for the night.
I'm talking about changing his name, Valen, and you know it.
Coffee?
What? No, I am here to collect my son and leave.
Firstly, he's asleep, so keep your voice down. And secondly, I need your signature to change his name,
he says, pointing to some documents in front of me.
I collected the paperwork for change of name and showed proof of DNA, but I need your signature to change it. Shit, my bad, bro. I told her you'd done it.
Marcus says, walking in.
Do you not pay attention?
Valen growls at him. Surprised you didn't just pay them off to change it. I snap at him.
It did cross my mind.
He admits.
There's a pen,
he says, pointing to it beside the documents. I haven't agreed, Valen.
Well, you can break his heart then and explain why he can't have my name too.
Two? I ask, looking down at the paperwork. I read over it to see he's hyphenated Valerian's name, changing it to Summers Solace. I chew my lip, suddenly embarrassed at my ranting.
I'm not trying to get rid of you, Everly. I just wanted to say he's mine too.
He places a mug in front of me before picking up the pen and handing it to me.
So please sign it.
I take the pen from him, looking at the ridiculously long name. He talks to Marcus while I read over all the documentation. Before I can change my mind, I cross out Summers and add my ID number and signature. I can't believe I just removed my name from his documents. Well, technically, it isn't my birth name, but still. Valen takes the documents and glances at them, before seeing I scribbled out my last name. His eyebrows raise with confusion.
So, just Solace?
Just take it before I change my mind, I tell him.
Why? I thought for sure you would argue over your name being removed.
Because it looks ridiculous, and I don't want him known as Alphabet with a name that long. Imagine spelling that every time. He appears to think for a second, before humming in agreement. Now, my son? I ask.
Room to the left of mine,
he says, pointing down the hall. He goes back to speaking with Marcus, while I wander down the hall to get Valerian. I stop next to the door before looking back at Valen and pointing to it, not wanting to walk into his without permission. He nods, and I twist the handle before entering. It's not at all what I expect to find. My mouth opens in surprise when I see the Galaxy wall decor stickers. For years I've wanted to decorate his room, but he likes everything plain and simple. I once placed dinosaur pictures on his walls, and Valerian threw the biggest tantrum and said I ruined a perfectly good wall. So, I'm shocked to see his bedroom actually resemble a kid's room, and not some showroom that looks like it was never lived in. The nightlight is a moon, and stars cover the walls from his projection nightlight, sitting on the bedside table.
Just let him stay one night?
Valen murmurs behind me, making me jump. When did you do all this?
Today. Valerian helped.
He let you decorate it?
Yes, he even helped me pick. He wanted a room like mine.
He chuckles. You have stars on the walls? I laugh.
No, I've grown out of that now. I also sleep with the light off, too. I'm officially a big boy.
He chuckles, and I elbow him.
No, I was telling him about my room when I was a kid, while we were at the store. I watched him pick out the most boring stuff for a kid I've ever seen.
You mean like his room at home?
You said it, not me.
I roll my eyes before moving toward his bed. His bedspread also has the Galaxy on it. Leaning down, I kiss him, tucking his blanket up higher. With a sigh, I stand up before turning to look at Valen. One night, and he has to go to school. If I get a phone call tomorrow saying he isn't at school, it will be the last time, Valen, I warn him. Valen beams like all his Christmases came at once. I shake my head and head out to see if Marcus will run me home when Valen steps into my path.